sport.
Meb, is there any carryover from the shock of what happened in Boston, or does it matter?
Oh, I mean, you cannot avoid what happened in Boston, but at the same time, you know, New York is New York. The security's always been very tight here, and I just ran in Central Park. I got in last night. I just ran in Central Park. I can see fences that where usually they're not. So, you know, they always take security high, and it just rises to another occasion to just behind your head. You know, let's not more protocol checklist. Make sure we got this covered. Make sure we got more people, whether security or police, and you know, the New York is doing that, and Boston was always also tight security. It's not just, you know, when some evil things think about people, they did that, and then it ruined for everybody. You know, it's like 9/11. We used to say, you know, before they go on the plane, you can say goodbye to your loved ones right at the gate until they get into the plane. But now you can't even get close to it. So it's just, unfortunately, incidents like that change for the worse, and you know, high security now, where you know the loved ones, you like to see them right immediately, but probably can't.
Hey, Meb, I got here late. How has the training been going, and you know, what are your hopes for Sunday?
Training has not got as ideal, like because I have a soleus injury, a partial tear, and so the preparation before that was phenomenal. I was feared that I might peak too soon, but you know, I'm in the fine age. As an athlete, we all are trying to push that envelope as much as you can because we want to win. We are not here to, you know, jog or, you know, I'm still a professional athlete, try to get the best out of myself and go for the title. And sometimes you push yourself to the other edge. And in fact, this injury I didn't even know how it happened. It's just probably an even spot and tweaked a little bit on when I was doing my tempo intervals. It's just the next day I felt something, and I took a few days off. It wasn't getting better, and eventually, you know, I did MRI, and there was a small partial tear. But the last 2-3 weeks has been turning around really well. I didn't do my usual, what is it called, cutback or tapering. I've been playing catch up, so my only tapering I did is probably not ride my elliptical as much and the cross train, and by the other stuff I'm still running hard and, you know, putting the effort, and because you want to get that bounce, cadence, and mechanic, and I hope Sunday will be a good show for me. And I always run to win, getting the best out of myself. That's what it is.
And when was the soleus injury?
First week of September or so, or mid-September is when it was.
I was just talking to Martin Lell, and he was saying that, you know, it's been 10 years since he first won. And he was saying that the young guys are just so good. You know, he sort of amazes himself that he can still compete with them. Do you ever think about that? Like the world of marathoning is so much different now than when you started.
You know, you always think, you know, you want to live the sport better than this. When I was running, or when I first started, and I think it has. Yeah, you think about those. You know, I think the guy that won last year, the half here, he said, you know, I won the half here, and then he's like, how old are you? He's like, 26. You know, it was 26 years ago that I came to the United States. So to say also 11 years ago when I did my first marathon here, and after I was competitive, then I was with the leaders 4 miles to go, and you know, got it down. I hit the wall hard. I finished 9th, but you know, 2004, which will be next year, where I was 2nd also. You know, running PR after the Athens Olympic Games. So yeah, you're surprised. You know, the marathon has taken another level. But people are skipping the 5K, 10K route, what it used to be, and now they're focusing on the marathon. And you know, if you can train and stay healthy, and you know, imagine what I could have done when I'm 25 or 26 if you just focus on that. But I was trying to probably, my wife talked me out of it to say, you know, well, you need to focus on the marathon instead of going to Brussels every summer and try to do something there. So people are focused on that half marathon or marathon, and you can see the results, just the time's going dropping, and it's a great thing, you know. And for us, for Martin, myself, and others, the longevity means a lot, and we are happy to be part of the sport still.
How do you explain there's guys like you and Stephen Kiprotich as well? I mean, Stephen yesterday said, he's like, I can't run 2:03, but yet he's won the World Championship in the Olympics. I mean, I think his PR he must be able to run faster than the 2:07 that he did, but your PR is what, 2:09? You know, how is that possible that you can beat these people, but you know, your PRs are minutes behind them?
I mean, when I won New York City Marathon, James Combine was a 2:04:27 guy. Is he gonna run 2:04:27 that day? Are they gonna run 2:03 that day? And for us, yeah, my PR is 2:09, but what would have been if I ran on a flat course when I ran Athens or when I ran New York? When things go really well, you wonder what you could have done. But you know what, titles are nice, and I'm happy to get those off my shoulder, and they were my goals, and it's nice to get them off of the checklist, and you compete. Competition is a different thing, and Coach Larson and I have been working for a long time, and he says just got to beat 1/3. 1/3 probably have done overtrain or undertrain, and the other third is struggling, and so can you beat 1/3 of the field? And I think that's the mentality that we have to do and get the job done when it counts.
When you win like the Super Bowl, you get a Super Bowl ring. When you win New York, what do they give you like tangibly? Like, do you have a plate or a trophy at home? Like, is there some sort of memento of the actual?
Yeah, the Rudin family gives you the big, like the tennis more so, like the Rudin family, the trophy like the tennis, and then I also probably have my win medal gold-plated with the silver, I believe, which is pretty heavy. Everybody when I go to expos, giving a speaking engagement or doing a book signing on my book Run to Overcome, I'll have 3 medals. I have the regular medals that they get for finishing. I will sometimes have my silver medal, and I'll have my gold medal from New York. And they look at it, they have them compare it. When I talk to schools, I have them compare. They're like, oh, they go for the shiny ones, and this. Yeah, there's a great thing to show off for. And I didn't get the silver or bronze in 2004 and 2005. Wish I had those, but at the same time, I'm very happy to have the gold. Oh, the biggest competition is Loaded Field, from Mount Lel and Be Wet or Geoffrey Mutai. I can't say this person just because are they ready on their A game? That's the question, and we won't know that until probably halfway, or who's looking good or who is not looking good, or we don't know how they train me going. I haven't talked to them. They're not going to reveal that either. We just. Steve this morning, and when I got drug tested this morning, I was heading down to the lobby. First 2 people I saw was Geoffrey Mutai and Steven, world and Olympic champion, and shake hands with them good morning, and you just head out. You don't say how training and anything like that. So, but you'll know right away when you look at their faces or other mechanics, the way they're, you do your study. I have my way of studying my competitors, so it's fun to be able to be in the starting line with those guys, and New York does a great job setting the stage, and now as Sunday comes, we hopefully to perform to the best we're capable of doing.
Yeah.